No, it's not a joke. In this video, we're going to actually be exploring whether or not you should sit, stand, or walk in your videos. Now you might think it's a little unnecessary to be talking about this, or even silly to think about it since it's not the first thing you think about, but it does change the way you communicate your message and how your audience perceives the message that you're trying to communicate. By the way, if you guys are new here, my name is Anton Wong. I make videos about video production, media marketing, and career and business development, so hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now, why should we even care about whether or not we're sitting or standing or moving? Well, when you're in person and you're trying to learn a lesson from a teacher, or maybe a coach, or maybe your boss, a lot of things change by the way that they're standing or they're sitting or what they're doing while they're talking to you. We all know body language says a lot. So where that body is, whether it's at rest or it's standing or it's moving, well, that's going to change the way that the audience perceives the message. So in this video, I'm going to break down the possible qualities and negatives for each type of thing, whether it's sitting or standing or moving, and I will be saying what kind of video works best with that format, whether it's sitting, standing, or moving. So first, sitting. The three most common types of videos where people are sitting is one where there is a desk in front of them, where there is no desk or table in front of them, and one where they might be in a vehicle. Now let's start off with no desk and no table. This is probably one of the most open and intimate styles of video. It's there to help show vulnerability and openness, like there's nothing in between us, between you and the audience. And it's actually often used in a lot of apology videos for that same purpose. Of course, too much vulnerability might not be exactly what you're looking for if you're looking for a more professional, refined look. It's great for vlog style setups where you're just talking to your camera and just saying what's on your mind. It's also pretty good for interview style setups. Next up is sitting down with a table or a desk in front of you. Videos like this often show more power and authority. Think of every boss or gatekeeper you've ever met. Wouldn't you imagine them behind a desk? Think about newsrooms and news anchors where they have a large desk where they report the news from. It's very authoritative. Tables and desks might be even necessary for certain tutorials or DIY stuff. Sometimes mounting your camera on top of your desk to make it sort of webcam style can actually create sort of a comfortable feeling, and it's almost like you're live streaming and just talking to the person through video chat. In any case, this method, especially behind a desk and table, is great for professional style videos where you're trying to sound authoritative. Obviously, it's great for tutorials and anything of that sort where you need a table in front of you. It's okay for vlogs, it can kind of work. It's not great for openness and vulnerability. Having no desk there in front of you is the best option if you can just maybe crop in or zoom in so that the audience doesn't know that there's a barrier of separation like a desk in front of them. And the third most common way of sitting in front of a camera is cars. This setting often gives an on-the-go type of look and on-the-go type of energy. It's great for vlogs and lifestyle content when you're between scenes or maybe trying to transition from something. It's also great for quick tips on-the-go videos where your audience is maybe also on the go and just wants to know a quick tip. One great thing is that they're actually great with audio. Now obviously it's not great for fully professional videos where you're trying to make a longer tutorial for something, but like I said, it can add energy, and so maybe you might want to try it even. Now of course, driving in the car adds a totally different energy. I would try to avoid it unless it's absolutely necessary to the video. Just try to avoid distracted driving in general. Now onto standing. One of the benefits is that it provides more energy. It's great for professional style videos, and it's also very authoritative since we're used to learning things from people who are standing up. The three main ways of doing this are standing in front of a blank wall or green screen, standing in front of a relevant background, or standing in front of a chalkboard or whiteboard. Standing in front of a blank wall or green screen allows for much more options in terms of graphics and effects. These are great for professional videos, explainers, tutorials, although they're not necessarily great for naturalistic vlog style videos. Now, another way to do it is stand in front of a relevant background. If it's not too distracting, it can put viewers in the right mental space. And if you're making videos about woodworking, it kind of makes sense to be taking place in a wood shop. This kind of setting is usually great for most kinds of videos. And it works for vlogs as well, though maybe a little bit better if you're holding the camera. Next, you have standing in front of a whiteboard or a chalkboard. Like I said earlier, we are used to learning from people who are standing up, and even more so from people who are standing up in front of a chalkboard or in front of a whiteboard. Think of teachers, professors, all these kinds of people we have learned from while we're sitting at our desks, and they are standing up and drawing on the board. So this setting is great for receiving instruction or for tutorials or for explainers. It's great for showing authority and great for visual learners. It wouldn't be that great for vlogs, but I guess it would be kind of an interesting concept. So if you want to try it, go ahead. Finally, we have the stuff that brings attention to itself, like walking or moving in terms of action, or maybe even lying down. Now, walking, like the car vlogs and the car videos that I've talked about earlier, it shows an on-the-go type of energy. This style is great for vloggers, any sort of lifestyle content. Maybe you don't want to include it in professional style videos or tutorials, but it's excellent for vlogging. Next, you have movement and action. This is stuff where you are doing the thing that you were explaining. So let's say you are doing something related to fitness or woodworking. The idea is to bring attention to the action itself as well as the words that you are saying. It's great for these kinds of tactile, hobby style channels. And finally, we have lying down. Yes, that's right, lying down for a video. Now, this one is kind of more obscure. There aren't too many videos that are like this, but you can still kind of get away with it for certain kinds of videos. There's a YouTuber named Tessa Violet who does an interview style video where she's lying down with the person and interviewing them. While the style itself can be considered relaxing, it also does definitely bring attention to itself because you don't see it very often. This style works quite well for vloggers and other kinds of content, but suffice to say, it would not be great for most professional style videos and tutorials. But hey, you know what? Maybe making something different will help you stand out. So maybe you do want to talk about accounting principles while lying on a bed. Now, some final thoughts are, at the end of the day, these are all just different types of methods and tools and styles that you can employ to make your video better or different or worse or whatever. The point is to get your message across that helps provide the viewer value. So obviously, if your message itself is not going to be valuable, then the way you communicate it is not necessarily going to help. However, the more you are able to engage with your viewers using non-verbal cues, the better. I recommend you try any and all of these methods just to see what works for your style of videos. And don't be afraid to break the rules that I have set out for this video. And if you would like to see more videos, specifically one on how to get started with making videos, you can click the link right here and it'll send you to a video on how to get started in just 10 steps. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, and I will see you in this next video.